2010, Jacksonville, Florida. Laszlo Hanyecz is sitting in front of his computer. He's a 30-year-old programmer. He's been mining this weird digital currency called Bitcoin for months. And he has a problem. He has tens of thousands of these coins, but he can't do anything with them. They're just numbers on his screen. Nobody accepts them. Nobody thinks they're real money. And he's getting frustrated because the whole point of Bitcoin is supposed to be that it's money you can actually use. So on May 18th, Laszlo does something crazy. He posts on the Bitcoin forum offering to pay 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 large pizzas at the current theoretical exchange rate. That's about $41 worth of Bitcoin. Seems fair for 2 pizzas, but here's the thing. Nobody has ever bought anything real with Bitcoin before. This is just an experiment, internet funny money that geeks mine on their computers, and Laszlo is about to make history by proving it's more than that. He's about to spend what will become $700 million on dinner. If you want to understand how belief becomes reality and why pioneers always pay the biggest price for proving something works, hit that subscribe button and comment what you'd do with 10,000 Bitcoin today, because this Florida programmer's pizza craving changed the world and cost him a fortune. January 2009, Bitcoin launches. Created by someone calling themselves Satoshi Nakamoto, it's supposed to be digital cash that doesn't need banks or governments. But there's one massive problem: it's worthless. You can't buy anything with it. Sure, you can mine it on your laptop. You can send it to other people's Bitcoin addresses, but what's the point if you can't exchange it for anything real? It's just a game, a curiosity, something that exists only in cyberspace. Laszlo Hanyecz starts mining Bitcoin early. He's fascinated by the concept. Decentralized money that nobody controls. Peer-to-peer transactions without intermediaries. And because he starts early when the mining difficulty is low, he accumulates thousands of coins easily. His computer runs overnight, generating Bitcoin while he sleeps. By May 2010, he probably has over 100,000 Bitcoin, but they're useless, just digital tokens that represent an idea. May 18, 2010, Laszlo gets frustrated. He's tired of Bitcoin being theoretical. He wants to prove it has value, that it can buy real things in the real world. So he makes his famous post on Bitcoin Talk forum, says he'll pay 10,000 Bitcoin for someone to order him 2 large pizzas from Papa John's. He specifies he wants standard stuff like onions, peppers, sausage, mushrooms, tomatoes, pepperoni, nothing crazy, just regular pizzas delivered to his house in Jacksonville. Most people ignore the post. Some people think he's joking. Why would anyone waste time ordering pizzas for fake internet money? But Laszlo is serious. He keeps posting, keeps offering, keeps trying to make this transaction happen. Because if nobody ever uses Bitcoin for anything real, it will never be anything more than an experiment. It needs that first transaction, that first proof of concept. 4 days later, May 22nd, a British teenager named Jeremy Sturdivant, who goes by Jerkos on the forum, decides to take the deal. He's curious about Bitcoin. He thinks it might be interesting to collect some, even if they're worthless. So he orders 2 large Papa John's pizzas online, pays with his credit card about $30, enters Laszlo's delivery address in Jacksonville, and waits for confirmation. The pizzas arrive at Laszlo's house, 2 large Papa John's with all the toppings he requested. He's excited, takes a photo, posts it on the forum showing the pizzas and his young daughter next to them. Then he sends 10,000 Bitcoin to Jeremy's address. The transaction takes a few minutes to confirm on the blockchain, and boom, Bitcoin just bought something real. Cryptocurrency just entered the physical world. Laszlo Hanyecz just made history with pepperoni and cheese. At the time, nobody understands what just happened. It's just a weird internet story about a Florida programmer who paid too much for pizza. But Laszlo proved something fundamental. That Bitcoin has value if people agree it does. That digital currency works if both parties trust the transaction. That money is whatever we collectively decide it is. Fast forward to today. Those 10,000 Bitcoin that Laszlo spent on 2 pizzas, they're worth over $700 million. That's $350 million per pizza, $70 million per slice, the most expensive meal in human history by a factor of about 1 million, and Laszlo Hanyecz is the guy who ate it. Journalists always ask him if he regrets it, if he's upset about losing $700 million on pizza, and his answer is always the same: no regrets. Someone had to be first. Someone had to prove Bitcoin could work for real transactions. If everyone just hoarded their coins waiting for them to become valuable, Bitcoin would have stayed a curiosity that never connected to reality. It needed that pizza transaction to prove it was real money. Jeremy Sturdivant, the teenager who got the 10,000 Bitcoin, he didn't hold on to them either. He spent most of them traveling and living his life when Bitcoin was worth a few dollars each. He said he has no regrets because those coins gave him experiences he wouldn't have had otherwise. And anyway, in 2010, nobody knew Bitcoin would become what it is. Every May 22nd is now Bitcoin Pizza Day, celebrated by crypto enthusiasts worldwide as the day cryptocurrency became real. People eat pizza in Laszlo's honor, calculate how much those 10,000 Bitcoin would be worth at current prices, debate whether he should have held them, but missing the point. Without Laszlo's pizza transaction, without someone willing to actually use Bitcoin instead of just hoarding it, the entire cryptocurrency revolution might never have happened. The lesson from Jacksonville, Florida in 2010 is simple. Belief becomes reality when someone takes the risk to prove it works. Pioneers always pay the highest price for being first, and sometimes the most expensive pizza in history is the one that changes everything. Laszlo Hanyecz gave up $700 million to prove that the future of money was possible, and that's why we remember his name. If you found this story valuable, subscribe and share, because the guy from Florida who bought pizza with Bitcoin taught us that proving something works is worth more than protecting what might become valuable.